Good afternoon, everyone. It is known as Illinois' second state fair, but it's long been a #1 attraction in southern Illinois this time of the year.
Yeah, the Quoin State Fair is returning for its 103rd year with some new investments to the fairgrounds. Devin Kidd joins us live to tell us all about it. Devin?
Jeff and Kathy, fairgoers have been coming to the Quoin State Fair now for 104 years. And today, folks have been out putting the final touches before the grand opening celebration tomorrow. And management tells me that fairgoers have quite a bit to be excited about. Fair management says that millions of dollars have been put into the beautification of the fairgrounds. That includes landscaping, infrastructure improvements at the grandstand, road repairs, and there's even a new pavilion at the beer garden with a new stage for those free musical acts. Last year, over 270,000 people attended the fair, setting a new record. Fair General Manager Luke Davison says with all these new improvements, including some new midway attractions, they hope to beat their own record.
People are really going to see the improvements, whether that be on buildings, things that we've constructed, the grounds itself, which our buildings and grounds crew works really hard to maintain. We have a beautiful fairgrounds. It's extremely unique within the region and the greater Midwest area, and we're happy to showcase it, and I believe that fairgoers are going to notice that.
Now everything kicks off tomorrow. That's Friday at 5:30 p.m. with the opening ceremony. That's just before the Twilight Parade steps off at 6 p.m. And tomorrow night is family night, and that means everything's free, your admission and your parking. Now every other night of the fair after tomorrow, parking's going to cost you $10. Live in DuQuoin, Devin Kidd, Heartland News.